This is something I've wanted to talk about for a while, but I really have not found the interest to talk about it, really. I mean, you know, some people, when it comes to divestment, when it comes to swirling, when it comes to anti-spoilers and pro-black people on YouTube, it always seems like of everybody, it's as if no one can be real. No one can actually just live their lives and come across the good and the bad and not try and associate it with black men or white men, or that's what you get for swirling, or that's what you get for being with a black man or a white man or whoever you're with. Can people just experience situations without it being always about race? That's what I just wish. I wish everything wasn't just about race so adamantly, you know? Because a lot of the time people always assume everything, is about what race you're with. And, I think a major part of interracial dating and, relationships in general is not associating the one you're with the race they are, but the person they are. I mean, if you're judging your partner for the race they are, whether it's black or white or Asian or anything in between, then you aren't really judging them for who they are. You're not judging their true character. You're not taking the time to get to know them for who they are. You are kind of like framing them in the perspective that you see them in. And no matter what they do, it's going to just be explained away by their race one way or another. So I think that's a very negative view to have of your partner and sets you up for failure. It sets you up for failure when you basically, judged people before you met them, before you actually wanted to know if they were a good match or not. And I say this for both sides, because you will see people on the side of not swirling will talk poorly about other people of other races, people against who are for, swirling will talk against black men. And then, you'll have people on the other side with men, talking against black women or talk against white women, and so forth. And it's like, to me, I think if you really want to find the one, you have to keep an open mind. And you can't just have, a negative view on people based off of their race. Now, I must say that personally, for me, I'm a swirler and I am a divester. And a major thing for me is not really race per se. I mean, race isn't the biggest, thing to me as far as personality. I don't think that black men are bad people. I don't think Asian people are bad people. I care about if I'm attracted to the person physically. If I'm not attracted to them physically, then there's no point in me pursuing an intimate relationship with them. And that applies to black men, Asian men, white men, Hispanic men, any race of man that I am considering being intimate with, I have to be sexually attracted to. So that's why for me, I'm not attracted to black men. largely. I mean, if someone's 10, 20% black, I'm attracted to that maybe. And, my perception on mixed race people is different than a lot of other people. That's why some people will think, oh, you said mixed and black interchangeably. Which one is it? To me, I think people can be mixed and black at the same time. I know other people don't have that personal opinion, but I do. So that's sometimes why I say someone's black or someone's mixed, and I mean the same person. But someone who is phenotypically black and dark skinned, I have no preference towards at all. And I generally just prefer white men. Honestly, this country is mostly white, so it's like if you prefer the majority, what would convince you to prefer the minority? You know what I mean? You're kind of lucky because you prefer what most men are. So, I mean, I am divested and I am a spoiler, but a major problem that I encounter on these YouTube streams is a lot of people love to say all, divestment or interracial experiences and etc. are, going to be the best thing ever. And if you talk about anything that may have gone wrong, you're an imposter, you're a white woman, you're a black mammy, something of that sort. And it's like, for me, my perspective is, it's just that, um, that's not my situation, really. I'm I've only dated basically white men and sometimes Hispanic men. Um, I've only dated outside of my race. And so, I mean, I'm not against dating outside of my race, and I'm not interested in dating within my race. So, that's not what I'm saying when I say, like, maybe something, you know, you want to level up in your relationships or whatever, um, or that maybe you weren't as leveled up in a relationship in your past and so forth, that that means, that you're somehow against interracial dating. And it's like, sometimes people date black men and they might be black or they might not be, and the relationship may not have been the best. You know what I mean? But then they get out of that relationship and they're still into black men. That doesn't mean that those people are going to be of the mindset where they don't think that black men are good men. Some people are of that mentality. It depends. But not everyone. And so I get tired when people assume that just because you've been in a relationship and it was interracial, that means all interracial relationships are this way or that way. If it's all interracial relationships are good or all interracial relationships are bad. Or if you talk about one that was bad, then that means that you're against all. Or if you talk about one that was good, that means you're for all of them. It's like it's a case by case basis, and generally interracial or monoracial or whatever you want to call it, they're, in my opinion, both equally the same. These are human beings who are, you know, finding love with whoever they find love with, who they're attracted to. So I never understand why people make such a emphasis on interracial relationships going good or going bad, or black relationships going good or going bad. I just don't have that opinion personally that either are all bad or either are all good. So, yeah, that's just my opinion on that. I guess you could say I'm a bit neutral on it, even though I'm divested. Thanks for watching, though. Bye.